kind of interesting. The Saints currently they're sitting on the 6th pick in the draft because the Jets couldn't win that game last night. It would have been the 5th if the Jets had won. And they got like all these guys that are injured. I don't think anybody ever like actually says, hey, let's deliberately try to lose games, but you can do things that can help you lose games. Like maybe take your time bringing a guy back from injury, maybe trade some people away.
Stick with Spencer Rattler at quarterback.
Not signing another wide receiver to come in to kind of try to help out. Should they be leaning into this at all? Is it too early to do that? Or should there be, pragmatic? Should they be pragmatic about the situation at all?
I think it goes back to the first question of the show a little bit. If they lose to the Chargers and the Panthers, then I think the answer becomes yes. I think the season is over at 2-7, and every decision you make becomes about 2025. If you win these next two and all of a sudden you're 4-5 and you have this super easy schedule and you're getting healthier, you're back in play for the NFC South. The tough question for me is, what if you do as expected? What if you lose to the Chargers and beat the Panthers, and that would make you a 3-6 team?
They're still going for it at that point, I think.
I think they're still going for it too, but that's the most likely scenario, and that's the hardest one to answer because there's no obvious answer. At 3-6, I don't think they have a prayer of making the playoffs. But if you're Dennis Allen and you want to save your job and you want to prove that it was just the injuries holding you back, you try to do what you did each of the last 2 years. You turn 3-6 into a 7-10 finish or an 8-9 finish, and you win 5 of the last 7 games, then you're like, see, this is a good team. We are doing things the right way. It was just the injuries that held us back. So they're going to want to do that. And we seem to think that management believes in that and believes in the coaching. So they're not going to tell them, no, you're not allowed to do that. So,
yeah, that's where things get really kind of difficult if you end up in that spot. Because it's easy to say on the outside, tank it, blow it up, don't do it, don't try to win, try to get the draft picks or whatever. The thing that's frustrating, and I think I said this on like a show or two ago, like I wish they could just come out and be like, hey, we're like going to try to get a better draft pick and we're running it back and we're going to keep DA and we're going to do all this stuff. And if you tell me you're going to do that, like I could live with it maybe, I think. Because like the thing that sucks, and I think the thing that gets fans upset and everything, and again, it's a completely different conversation when you're sitting out here versus when you're actually in that room trying to win the games. You're on the field, you're the coach, you're the GM. Like it's a whole different reality when you're actually in it. But like from the outside looking in, for me, even at this point, it's like, okay, cool. If you can do all that, great. You can save your job, fine. You change the optics or whatever. That I understand it. I understand you need to do it. And if that's what it is, that's what it is. But like that doesn't help your team. So I wish they could just say like, hey, we're sticking with DA. We don't give a damn what anybody says. Like he's our coach. And then just, you don't have to say the second part, but then like just not try to win some games to get the better draft pick. Because boy, like winning 7 games, 8 games and picking 10th, 11th, 12th.
That doesn't help DA. That doesn't help the next coach.
It doesn't
help anybody.
It doesn't. And like, yeah, if you're just going to end up there because you do, but like you have an opportunity right now where you could hide behind all of it and nobody could see any of it really. Oh man, like nope, Taysom's like, it's just taking longer, it's taking longer than we thought. Oh man, Cesar Ruiz, he, the rehab, like you can do all this stuff. You know what? We're going to give Derek 2 more weeks. Like we sent him out for a specialist. Like he felt something when he was throwing. Hey Derek, like I know you want to play. Go along with this. We'll get you another tackle. Like you could just do it a different way.
Look, if we're talking about
we'll get you the Arizona receiver. Like
if we're talking about selling it to the players, though, it's too early, I think.